10 Reacher book characters that need to appear in the Prime Video series based on best-selling novelist Lee Child's character of the same name. Amazon Prime's Reacher follows the exploits of Jack Reacher, but the show also includes a lot of supporting characters between friends and foes. Reacher's backstory is that he is a former major in the U.S. military police who now roams the United States as a perennial drifter. A man who can never stay out of trouble, Reacher encounters new allies and antagonists at every turn. Jack Reacher has appeared in 29 books as of 2024. As such, it's hardly surprising that he has encountered a host of compelling characters throughout his adventures, from loyal allies from his days in the military police to despicable villains of the highest order. As such, there's a diverse laundry list of characters that need to see appear in Amazon Prime's Alan Ritchson-led series, with the show having only adapted the events of Killing Floor and Bad Luck and Trouble to date. One of the rare characters who appears in multiple Lee Child novels, General Leon Garber, is Jack Reacher's professional mentor and de facto father figure. He also happens to be the father of Jody Garber, a New York attorney who is one of the more prominent love interests in the storied romantic history of Child's Drifter. As such, Garber is one of the more noteworthy characters in Child's Jack Reacher universe, given the influential role that he played in Reacher's military career and his personal life. Accordingly, it would be a criminal oversight in terms of Reacher's development as a live-action character if his long-standing mentor doesn't appear in some capacity as the show progresses. While Garber dies of old age in Child's novels, the fact that he hasn't been introduced on the show yet could even allow production to introduce a younger, reimagined take on the character. 2000's Tripwire sees Jack Reacher encounter one of his most memorable bad guys to date, a villain who represents a prime candidate for one of Reacher's future antagonists. A manipulative loan shark who preys upon unsuspecting business owners, Victor Hook Hobie is eventually unmasked as Carl Allen, a soldier who assumed the real Hobie's identity to avoid prosecution after the latter died in a fiery helicopter crash in Vietnam. The hook-handed doomsday planner is undoubtedly one of Child's most notable villains, aided by a prominent role in one of the author's most adrenaline-soaked offerings to date. Tripwire also explores the toll that the real Hobie's death and Allen's subsequent assumption of his identity took on his parents, adding another avenue for dramatic exploration in a live-action adaptation. Accordingly, Hook's failure to make an appearance in a future season would feel like a notable squandered opportunity. The 13th installment featuring Reacher, Gone Tomorrow, follows the aftermath of a shocking incident where Reacher witnesses a woman on the New York City subway inexplicably shoot herself. The 2009 novel chronicles Reacher's investigation into the cause of her death, a series of events that eventually leads him to Svetlana and Leela Hoth. While the pair are initially friendly to Reacher, he has his suspicions regarding their true identities as a Russian mother and daughter, given the mismatch in their physical appearances and mannerisms. These misgivings prove to be accurate, as the Hoths are duly unmasked as seasoned terrorists. Two of Reacher's most sadistic foes to date, the duo are notorious for brutally torturing and killing their victims with knives on camera, a delightful fate that Leela promises to bestow upon an incandescent Reacher when he discovers their deception. A pair of Child's most despicable villains, the Hoths would make for worthy adversaries for Alan Ritchson's live-action take on the character. Amazon Prime's Reacher series, based on the beloved Jack Reacher novels by Lee Child, has introduced viewers to a gritty, no-nonsense world of justice meted out by a giant of a man who drifts from town to town, righting wrongs in his own way. The first season was a hit, but the richness of the books offers a treasure trove of characters that are still waiting to be brought to life on screen. Here are 10 memorable characters from the books who deserve to appear in the Prime Video series, each bringing unique drama, tension, or mystery to Reacher's world. 1. Francis Neagley, one of Reacher's most trusted allies. Francis Neagley is a former military police officer like Reacher, introduced in the novel without fail. A no-nonsense, highly capable operative, Neagley shares Reacher's instincts and skills in handling dangerous situations. She's smart, tough, and brings a sharp sense of loyalty to Reacher's inner circle. Neagley is the one person Reacher knows he can count on, no matter what. Her appearance in the series would create an intriguing dynamic, as her more measured approach complements Reacher's more impulsive style. She's already a fan favorite, and the chemistry between the two could provide a strong, ongoing narrative thread. 2. Richard Beck from Bad Luck and Trouble. Richard Beck is a fascinating character who represents the complexities of trust and betrayal. The son of a wealthy industrialist, Beck is pulled into a criminal conspiracy against his will. His vulnerability and confusion make him an unlikely ally for Reacher, but their relationship forces Reacher to balance his protective instincts with his growing distrust of Beck's motives. Introducing Beck into the show would add moral complexity, as Reacher would need to decide whether to trust this morally gray character or treat him like another enemy. 3. Joe Reacher. Reacher's older brother, Joe, may have been killed before the events of the first novel, Killing Floor, but his presence looms large throughout the series. Joe was also a military man, but he worked in military intelligence, investigating high-level financial crimes. Introducing Joe in flashbacks or as part of a deeper exploration into Reacher's past would provide rich character development. Their sibling dynamic, a mix of rivalry, admiration, and shared trauma, would add emotional depth to the show, especially if Reacher were drawn into a case that involved uncovering new details about his brother's death. 4. Eleanor Duncan. Eleanor Duncan from Worth Dying For is a strong-willed and resilient character who stands up to a powerful criminal family in rural Nebraska. Her defiance in the face of violence and oppression echoes Reacher's own sense of justice, making her a perfect ally. Eleanor's struggle to protect her family from the brutal Duncan clan is compelling, and her courage in the face of overwhelming odds would offer the kind of grounded emotional story that could deepen the show's appeal. Having Eleanor as a key character would also create an opportunity for Reacher to reveal his more empathetic side, as he often bonds with individuals who reflect his own values. 5. Sergeant Ezra P. Shaw. A key figure in The Enemy, Sergeant Ezra Shaw is an intelligent and loyal officer serving under Reacher in the military police. Shaw is dependable, quick-witted, and adept at reading situations, making him an excellent right-hand man to Reacher during a complex murder investigation. The military setting, combined with Shaw's calm professionalism, would add a new layer to the show. His loyalty to Reacher is undeniable, and bringing Shaw into the series would allow for more exploration of Reacher's military career, a time often referred to but not always shown in detail. 6. Susan Turner. Susan Turner, introduced in Never Go Back, is the commanding officer of Reacher's old unit, the 110th Military Police. Turner is tough, principled, and shares a mutual respect with Reacher. Her appearance would bring a compelling twist to the series, as she and Reacher are both professionals cut from the same cloth, but their relationship quickly becomes personal. Turner's leadership and her ability to command respect, even from someone as independent as Reacher, would make her an essential addition to the show, especially as a possible recurring character who could draw Reacher back into military life. 7. David O'Donnell. David O'Donnell, from Bad Luck and Trouble, is another former military policeman who worked with Reacher in the special unit. O'Donnell is charming and clever, with a quick wit that balances out Reacher's more stoic demeanor. His camaraderie with Reacher is based on mutual trust built over years of dangerous assignments. Bringing O'Donnell into the show would enhance the action scenes and provide moments of levity, as his laid-back attitude contrasts nicely with Reacher's intensity.